Hello students, in this module we'll be studying about the chromosomal theory of inheritance, linkage and recombination, fine, and sex determination. So chromosomal theory of inheritance. See students, it was proposed by Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri. Mendel published his work on inheritance of character in 1865, but for several reasons he remained unrecognized till 90s. Firstly, the communication was not easy as it is now in those days, and his work could not be widely publicized. Secondly, students, his concept of genes, or we can say factors, as stable and discrete units that control that expression of traits and of the pairs of allele which do not blend with each other, was not accepted by his contemporaries as an explanation for the apparently continuous variation seen in nature. Thirdly, Mendel's approach of using mathematics to explain biological phenomena was totally new and unacceptable to many of the biologists by that time. So, students, in 90s, three scientists, De Vries, Correns, and Vaughan, they independently rediscovered Mendel's result on the inheritance of character. Also, by this time, due to advancement in microscopy that were taking place, scientists were able to carefully observe cell division. This led to the discovery of a structure in the nucleus that appeared to double and divide just before each cell division, and these were called the chromosomes. Fine. They are present in paired and diploid cells. Now, Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri noted that the behavior of chromosome was parallel to the behavior of genes and used chromosome movements to explain Mendel's laws. Now, the important things to remember are that chromosomes as well as genes, they occur in pair, students, and the two alleles of a gene pair, they are located on homologous sites on homologous chromosomes. Fine. And fertilization restores the chromosome number to diploid conditions. Now, very important, Thomas Hunt Morgan and his colleagues, they conducted several experiments verification for this chromosomal theory of inheritance, students, that was being done by the Drosophila melanogaster, which is a tiny fruit fly. Fine. And it was chosen because they complete their life cycle in about 2 weeks only. So he selected Drosophila, students, because it is suitable for genetic studies. Fine. It was suitable for genetic studies, and it is they are basically grown on simple synthetic medium in the laboratory only. They complete their life cycle in about 2 weeks. So 2 weeks they took to complete their life cycle, which is very, I think, not that much big. A simple mating could produce a large number of progeny flies. So we had just discussed, I think, students, about this Mendel's laws. Fine, we have discussed why he has chosen those pea plant. Similarly, this Drosophila melanogaster was being taken because of this reason only. Fine. So a single mating, it could produce a large number of progeny flies, and there was a clear differentiation of males and female flies. Now, students, talking about the sex determination. Fine. So see, the mechanism of sex determination has always been a puzzle before the genetics. Now, the Henking, he traced specific nuclear structure during spermatogenosis of some insects. 50% of the sperm, they receive their specific structure, whereas 50% sperm did not receive it. So he gave a name to this structure of the X body. This was later on named as X chromosome. So students, here we have different types, like we have X0 type, or we can say it. So where this is basically the sex determination of grasshopper. So in grasshopper, it contains 12 pairs, which means, student, 24 chromosomes. Fine. But the male has only 23 chromosomes. Fine. Male contains only 23 and females, they contain 24 along with the autosomes. Now all egg bears. So whatever egg is there, that bears one X chromosome. Fine. Definitely two X are there, but commonly we write it as 1X along with the autosomes. And talking about sperms, 50% of bear 1X chromosome, 50% do not. So that do not condition is represented by the O type or the 0 type, we can say. Fine. Now egg fertilized with sperm having X chromosomes, it becomes female. That is the 22 autosomes plus XX. Fine, this is female. And when students, the egg fertilized with sperm, that is not like without X, it is not having X, at that time what will be forming? Male. Fine, that is 22 plus XO type or 0 type. Next we have is the XXXY type, that you must have seen in your you must have read this thing in your class 10 students, sex determination in humans. Very simple. So this can also be seen in insects as well. In this type, both male and female has same number of chromosomes. Fine. Female has autosomes and a pair of X chromosomes, that is represented by the XX, and similarly male has autosomes and one large X and one small Y chromosome. So in this type, male is heterogamety and female is homogamety. Fine. Next we have a student ZZ and ZW type. This is basically the sex determination in case of birds. In this type, female birds has two different sex chromosomes named as Z and W. Fine. So male birds, they have two similar sex chromosomes, students. They have two similar sex chromosomes, like they have ZZ. Fine. So in this type of talking about this in this type, female bird is having two different sex chromosomes, student, that is Z and W. But talking about male, they are having similar sex chromosome, that is Z and Z. So you can simply make the cross when this get fused up with this. Similarly, when this get fused up with this, then W with Z and W with this Z. So very simple it is. Now students, sex linked inheritance in Drosophila. Fine. So wild variety Drosophila has red-eyed, their brown color body and normal sized wing. Fine. And the mutated Drosophila has white eye, yellow color body and short wings. So the genes responsible for color of eye, student, body and wing size, they are present on X chromosome. Fine, they are present on X chromosomes. So when a red-eyed female Drosophila, see, when a red-eyed female Drosophila is crossed with male white eye. Fine, so we have one red-eye female Drosophila and one is male but having a white eye. So when these two are crossed, students, red with white. So which thing we have got here? The F1 generation was completely red-eyed. Fine. So we can say that this red is dominant. And when males and females of F1 are crossed, in F2 all females are red-eyed, while 50% male are white and 50% are of red-white. So all females were red-eyed, students, but 50% male में क्या है? 50% are there. So 50% male they are white and 50% they are red-eyed. So you can see here, this one is the red, students. See, this one is the red and this one is the white. Fine. So when both they cross, we have got the red colored females only in this case. Fine. So these are the, this one is red. Fine. This one is white. So in F1 generation, all the females that we have got was red in color. Fine. And in F2 generation, all the this in F1 generation, all this generation was red, completely red-eyed. These Drosophila was there. But talking about in F2 generation, students, so we have got female, all females they were red-eyed. Fine. All females they were red-eyed. But talking about the male, you can see here the sign, student, these are the two female and two male. So 50% of they are the red-eyed and 50% of the, you can see, is the female one. Fine. I hope this thing is clear, students. Very, very important it is. So you can see here this thing has been shown with this method. We have this, you can see this one is the red. Fine. and this one is the white-eyed. So in F1 generation we have got the red only. Fine. And then in F2 generation, students, what we have got? 50% male we have got the red, 50% white, and all the females they are red-eyed. Fine. Now we should know what is linkage here, students, which is very, very important. Fine. So Morgan carried out several dihybrid cross in Drosophila that we have studied, students. The crosses were similar to the dihybrid crosses carried out by Mendel in peas. For example, Morgan hybridized yellow-bodied white-eyed female to brown-bodied red-eyed males, and they intercrossed their F1 progeny. So he observed that the two genes did not segregate independently of each other, and the F2 ratio deviated very significantly from 9:3:3:1 ratio. So Morgan and his group knew that the genes were located on the X chromosomes, and so quickly that when the two genes in a dihybrid cross were situated on the same chromosome, the proportion of parental gene combination were much higher. Very, very important, students. So when the two genes they are situated near on the same chromosome, at that time the proportion of parental gene combination is much higher than the non-parental. Fine. And Morgan attributed this type of physical association or linkage of the two gene, and he coined the term this linkage. Fine. Now to describe this physical association of genes on a chromosome, and the term recombination was basically used to describe the generation of non-parental gene combination. So listen, students, very important thing. We are having two types of this combination. Fine. First is we have parental one, and second we have is the non-parental one. Fine. So parental one, in which both the genes they are located very near to each other. But recombinant or non-parental gene combination is when the genes they are very far from each other. Fine. They are located very far. So Morgan and his group also found that even when genes were grouped on the same chromosome, some genes were very tightly linked. So they showed very low recombination, while other very loosely linked, they show higher combination. This thing is very important, students. Fine. So Morgan found that when genes were grouped on the same chromosome, some genes were very tightly linked, and while others are loosely linked. So this is what the physical association of genes on a chromosome is said to be lineage or linkage. Fine. And we all know now what is the recombination. Now students, similarly there is a term mutation. So the phenotypic variation occurs due to change in genes. See students, if there is any change, occur in gene or DNA sequencing of DNA, that is said to be mutation. Fine. See, so here exactly what happens in case of this mutation. The loss, deletion or gain, that is insertion or duplication of a segment of DNA. So a segment of DNA is either lost, that is known as deletion, or gain, that is known as insertion or duplication. Fine. Now this results in alternation in chromosomes. Obviously students, the chromosome will alter because there will be some loss in the segment of DNA part, or maybe there is some gain, that is something is inserted, some extra thing is inserted. So this is we call it as chromosomal aberrations. Similarly, we have gene mutation, students. So when the mutation takes place due to change in a single base pair of DNA, that is called gene mutation or point mutation. That is, for example, we have sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia mein what exactly happens? The mutation takes place due to the change in a single base pair of DNA. Like we have, we'll be studying about these base pair, students. Fine. We have like adenine, guanine, cytosine. Fine. Thymine, uracil. Now frame shift mutation. Frame shift mutation, what is it? Does this mean, students? That deletion or insertion of base pair of DNA. See, now here what exactly happens? Frame shift mutation, in which either the deletion occurs or the insertion. Fine. Deletion or insertion occurs of base pair of DNAs, that is called the frame shift mutation. Like sometimes maybe the base pairs that are present inside the DNA, they may get shift. So this is what the frame shift mutation is. Now students, pedigree analysis. Fine. This is also very important topic. So that we'll be studying in our next module. Thank you, students.